Damn, I'm exhausted. I had to deal with this. And I'll lay down across the video what I've learned in the process. It is survival. It is drinking poison. It's pretty stressful, generally. I can do it out of foolishness sometimes. Because I'm not that strong as an individual, but having a chat shouldn't, like, phase me too much. Who is my ex, first of all? I mean, worst of the worst is best way to describe it. We have the narcissist tendency, so I would mark it as the yellow, green. Pretty sure that's what's going on. Pretty sure we're talking about the worst case relationship for me, and I still, managed to tame it, because technically that was the way to do it. Tame. If it's the worst relationship, best you can do is tame. Right? Calm the other person down. If it's not worth calming the other person down, if you don't have what it takes, then don't bother. Don't bother. Give it up, buddy. It took me 6 days to tame. So, quite a while. Ask me. Those 6 days were pretty intense. And, like, emotionally, I had to process quite a bit of stuff. It is a question mark, like, why would I drive myself to do this? Why would I care so much? And there's something going on for sure that's, like, underlying how women operate. How women just, like, love to destroy themselves almost. Love to take bait of miserable life in general. They like to take that bait, and you have to offer them something to change their lives a little bit for the better. You might be able to offer something. You might be able to. Now, nowadays, we sort of want something tangible, maybe want to, like, hang out with another person. But that is the underlying thing to focus on. What can you offer in case conversation falls apart? There's a variety of things you can offer. Talking, hanging out, buying something, offering some kind of financial security in case something happens, security in general. You want to protect them, you want to coach them, you want to calm them down, that everything's going to be fine. They have concerns about the future, whatever, right? There's plenty of things on the list of possibilities. So it will take a while. It depends on what you're capable of. Those are, like, top list of offers you can make. But at the same time, they have to also match the requirements for everything. It's fucking juggling. Not gonna lie. It's some high level stuff. If your list, of course, is, like, very extensive, if you offer just simple services, if you have a simple business, sure. Torment them about it. Go all in. Anyways, I have a service. I want to give service to you. It depends on, like, if time is getting wasted or not. Whatever you're feeling is happening here. So, that's that. Gotta be careful. Gotta think about resources. Gotta think about survival of your own business. You cannot just sacrifice yourself chasing certain targets. So that's the goal. If we're talking about X, I mean, we want to go all in. What did I get from X? Excuses. Wow. I make her feel bad. She already has a boyfriend. Whatever, right? List of things I have to jump over. I have to like pray that particular day that she will need a new excuse and we can just move on. Um, uh, Another person can also set things up so you fail anyways. So you do have to like spend time peeling off excuses. That's what happened to me. I'm not gonna like go outside my bubble, and I'm just explaining my experience of how I solved a problem. I think that's a very good ending so far, but not quite the end. There's one more thing coming up, and that probably, hopefully, deserves an episode when it happens. Because all I did is just like calm down the relationship to where like I can even deliver the offer, right? It gets pretty heated, but you have to be respected, right? You're trying to earn respect, and she tried to like toss everything aside. This is not valuable. This is not valuable. Just like trying to be a little bitch about my efforts, as if they bother her, and that somehow disqualifies me. That she doesn't care about it, that somehow disqualifies me, and it's like, great. In real time, you're wasting your reputation. It's not gonna be good in the end of the day between us, but it's probably not even good in general, right? You don't want to show your real face to such an extent. Wait, emotional parts coming in. Probably gonna mark it if emotional part comes in with the red line. Oh, okay. Like I will have to record the pause just to improve the importance. Your exes, you have to take care of them. Yeah, that's the weird part. You have to take care of. Ugh. You, it's your ex, right? You never know. You never know when they're gonna wake up one day and be like, "Shit, I'm better than this," right? Oh my god. I already cried for. I'm a drop the name. I call her Geo. I cried on her so much that she turned pink. Pink means not pure anymore. Pink means technically doesn't exist. She's just a ball of pain right now. She's just a platform. Based on the system terms. System knows so many things. It knows when to kill a person with tears. Drown them. Drown. So, I mean, I appreciate the connection, and it's great. And we can keep it up, right? And yes, you have to still go all in, go through. Like, the first thing is connect, right? You cannot actually do offers until you connect. Only then you can do it. And you got to go all in to do that. Your limits will be tested. Shouldn't be too bad. You know? Oh my fucking god. Yeah, it's emotional shit. And now I have to restrain myself. I can't just like enjoy having tears coming out. That's salt, right? Those are resources. We don't want to waste that shit. We want to suppress things that are not necessary to come out of my body right now. Thank you very much. If we can help it. Try not to cry edition of an episode. Imagine that. So you're getting some valuable shit, hopefully, from this. I never really got a chance to like come back to my ex, just like one time, two times, kind of, two times. Local exes, those were cool. One of them got a child. The other one was just long distance apart for the for that particular moment, and felt like she has to just like cut the relationship. I don't know. And I was, you are immature in those moments. You can't like establish things. You just like bouncing around, and whatever happens happens. So even though you can like get back to your exes, uh, by the way, I don't want to overwhelm what an ex means. Ex supposed to just mean a woman that you interacted with for decent amount of time. These you don't have to have sex with the ex. Sex is just the candy to attract you, a reason to get closer to someone. It's not actually the requirement to have a girlfriend and then your girlfriend turns into an ex. All right, and any woman you interacted with an extensive amount of time and that ditched you, because relationships are forever. They're supposed to like last forever. If you can make them last longer, that's your goal, right? Connect. Instead of saying last long, let the relationship survive when it connects, right? Feed the relationship. Now, normally, when you think about relationships, you pursue love. You pursue that someone's gonna care about you. It's not about being the nice guy, because you also need love, right? You also need someone to care for you. That's another thing that's just very painful to deal with, and why people become exes, because they don't actually love you. That's it. There's the other thing that's just like fascinating to me: men and women dynamic. At some point in a conversation, it does come up. But basically, the first relationship you actually want is with a woman, not with a man. I mean, it's just basic dynamics. Which which relationship do you want first? Do you want the harder one, or the one that's not, or the boring one? Right? People can be gay, but I don't see it being beneficial to me, so to be gay myself, I mean, let them be gay, I guess. The problem is lesbians can also exist as a result. So no, gays don't just benefit you across the board. But anyway, so you take the opposite relationship because it's more exciting. It's built by society to be more exciting, more attractive. It's built by God Himself to be more attractive and separate. Right? Society finishes the deal. God attaches that you'll sexual desire, so to speak. Oh, they fit very nicely, so to speak. But that's the curious part. That's the drive. That's what people want to have. They want to have the first straight relationship first, straightforward, logical, makes sense. They want to go for that for a simple difference. Genders don't make up for a big difference, but we're still human, right? But it's a good starting point. It's the relationship that matters, so you like people focus on it very much. People want to get this one life achievement uh, marked off. It's the more exciting one. That's how you have to look at it. You need this advice because women are going to try and manipulate you. And this is a very important self-defense tactic of like, I'm just curious. I'm just exploring, you know, a relationship I normally wouldn't be able to have. Is it then still relevant to be gay? Is question. Because it's still a relationship. You still might want to fill in the blank somehow. Being a wingman, being a good friend, it's good. It's fine, right? Having male friends is not a big deal. It's just you don't want to pursue that romantically, especially if you have been in a relationship with your counterpart friends, your male friends. There's nothing curious about it in that sense. That's also technically like why I don't want to have sex before marriage is because that's the drive in the first place. That's the thing that kind of excites you to pursue this different relationship on the different from the different camp. You want to destroy separation between men and women. And again, this is just the most fundamental thing that you have to focus on. And make sure that this somehow makes sense, somehow works for you, that your drive is correct. Given that it's not just, this is just that extra thing you need to actually even care, to be curious, to be passionate about it. And the more division there is, I guess the more interesting it is to actually pursue that relationship. Again, women are kind of like destructive force um, until you get them in a relationship. Then they just calm down. It's like, well, you're in the inner circle now. But they're destructive to everyone else, or generally destructive. You know, niceness is not useful, it's not tangible most of the time. Kindness would probably be tangible, but like no one actually wants to be kind. We are just nice to each other. We can maybe talk to each other. Being kind is now stretching some limits. A lot of the relationships people have are kind of performative, anyways. It's not that deep, because you have to be a good person in the end of the day. And if people have relationships just to flex on you, have more power than you, to intimidate you, that's nothing, basically. So this is a pretty confusing part. It doesn't quite click, it seems also simple in the sense you're attracted, you want to try something. The less, you know, sex you experience, the more you're going to want it, right, in the back of your mind. But you also want it from a good person. That's the problem. You want it from a good person. You want to not be bothered too much because it's so painful when the cost keeps going up or you just dealing with unreachable person. If you're dealing with an unreachable person, it might not be worth it. This is why the relationship was so toxic for 6 days. I had to decide if I wanted to ditch that person, if I can't take that shit. Yeah, an important factor is that it's a drive, it's not meaningful in general speaking, right? The meaningful thing is like technically making a permanent connection between someone. When you become a parent, you are establishing a permanent connection. But The NPC way of life, let me tell you, alright? NPC way of life, get a job, get a girlfriend, make a child, plus community, right? Build a community around you. Just keep growing everything around you. That's the NPC way of life. It gets finished at some point. You have to recognize most people are like this. They pursue this very shallow life. And unfortunately, that requires criticism. This is the way. It's funny because the breaking point with her was to call her stupid, to call her low IQ. And then she claps back off like, isn't talking to me gonna make you low IQ as well? That's not how resources work when it comes to intelligence. Although, I would get stressed by low IQ individuals. It does cost me stress, so I do get a physical toll. So somehow the icebreaker was calling someone low IQ. Don't be afraid of taking a piss on NPCs. It's technically what they need. They need to be able to defend themselves. They're the most vulnerable people. So if you kind of bully them and they attack you and then you just let go of like, nah, it's fine. I'm okay making you angry because I know I can take care of that. I can calm it down right that instance, basically, because she started threatening me to like mute me and whatever. So, and then I switched back to like normal mode, and everything's fine. We can talk in the middle of the night. Be riled up. Like people have a lot of excuses, but they don't know what they're capable of when they have passion, for example. So, in a way, calling her low IQ was like bringing passion to her. Maybe she does not. She kind of accepted it pretty quickly, though. Pretty quickly accepted that idea. That was a shocker, but still needed to fight me for it, and that's great. That's great. The weird, mean icebreakers. That's a thing. I think people get a wrong impression. They think it's some kind of cheat code. Being mean is pretty difficult, so it's not a cheat code. Alright? And technically, that's what is going to rile up NPC the most because it gravitates them away from their path entirely. They're not supposed to get angry. They're just normal people, right? Is what it is. But if they do get angry, there's hope, right? For improvement, for sure. It's also not a cheat code because you have to reverse right after. You have to be nice again. Me nice. Me nice. You have to be able to flip the script quickly enough. So there's like a lot of tension. You gotta drop something that sheds down bad feelings. I mean, I could have done better. Technically, it depends how you approach this. Because you can always get even better results, too. But yeah, being the bad guy works, but you can't reverse that relationship. You cannot just bring it back to normalcy. It technically tends to do that anyways, but the problem is no one's going to be happy about it. You're not going to attract like a quality person that way at the end of the day. Maybe one day adventure you can attract Hopes and dreams. Hopes and dreams. You have to pay attention to this, of what people want in life. Because again, this is going to link them to NPC behavior. And it depends, like, what potential they have in life. That's what you're kind of trying to match in the end of the day. But as a man, you kind of want to just, like, chill a little bit. Like, I'm here, and she's kind of showing promises on level 3. Right, that's cool. That will be cool to look at, but we can't really have a relationship. We can break up a bunch of times. I can offer her something. Like, equal relationship? Nah. But, sometimes hang out once every now and then, 3 times a year. Fill in some gaps. Check how things going. Fine, right? Completely normal. Just boost self-awareness, be social. Simple, right? You can have people below you and still have a respectful relationship in there. Just like you can have children, still keep it respectful. But yeah, you cannot romantically match a person that is not your level. It just doesn't work that way. You're not that desperate. Usually it's the desperation that gets in the way. I guess it's more like my personal example because I grow this direction. So to me, desperation seems pathetic. I don't need that many resources to grow. Right? I don't need much. Maybe it's narcissist, maybe it's NPC in general, but they try to be as busy as possible, like very unreachable in some extent, but that's what makes them weak. That's what makes them pathetic, like waiting for an opening to talk to you. Can you set up a fucking date? Like, what's going on? People have to be open for relationships, and it should be easy. And people who have relationships figured out, then they are potentially this level, right? They enter this level now. You have to at least basic relationships figure out that shit. To not be a nuisance. To try and keep up. Right? To whoever is interested. Right? Even if you're a woman, you have to bathe in interest of other people until you figure everything out. Until it calms down. One way or the other. You can even continue fueling that interest if you want. Whatever you feel, but like you can't just ignore it. You cannot become unreachable. That is now offensive. Very destructive, and most people make the most wrong decisions and they become unreachable to the good type of people. They don't recognize that good people appear big, but they want very little from you. They appear big and overwhelming, but they don't want to bother you that much. Just want to feel safe. That everything is fine between you, right? They will find excuses. Most people will find excuses to not give a fuck about you. And most of the time, they are gonna be wrong. Because you have to try really hard to open yourself up to other people, to even allow notifications, be around, and every now and then say hi. Simple. Just simple things go a long way and level you up. Like, that's the just behavior that you have to possess to go there. Like, only good people go forwards. Evil people, they fester in their own shit. Whatever they have accumulated, they just fester in it. They think it's enough. They have been self-deceiving, basically. And hopefully they burn only their own resource as a result of being evil. If they're demonic and they attack someone else, that's a big problem. This is not free. You don't just grow into positive direction automatically. And again, there is downsides to both sides, right? Downside to going this way is just painful. Usually the source is trauma. Usually you even allow trauma to happen from your exes, right? You allow them to hurt you because it's fine. It's a resource. I can handle it. Pain grows you on thick skin. Emotional stability. A little bit of poison makes you more resilient. Hence why vaccines exist and the people are pissed off. You know. Or they just simply understand the concept of poison. A little bit of poison. So the downside here, it's trauma. It is stress. Whoever you're going to turn into, you don't know. Because you might lose some pieces of yourself. You might not look as attractive. Like, your body might change just a little bit. Your way of life might get crippled. I don't know, something like that. It's almost like you're becoming less likable of a person, almost. Just because you're consuming pains and nobody likes your pain, right? No one's attracted to pain, so you're not going to be a likable person, but the self-improvement that you get from that, the potential that you unlock for your life is completely worth it. Just staring at your potential is satisfying, right? Just looking at it, ugh. Okay, then we have to talk about it. The best offer you can make, right? The best offer you can make. Ugh. Date them. They have a boyfriend? Doesn't fucking matter, okay? Just be with them. Ugh. Oh my god. My first ex had my friend as a boyfriend. And what did we do? We dated. We went out together. Not to kiss, not to cheat on my friend. Because I have respect for that. Oh my fucking. Okay. I had respect for my friend. I'm not here to steal his girlfriend. Not to offer his girlfriend anything substantial. Right? Of we gonna secretly sneak off and just do crazy things. Nah. We can either have interesting conversations or I lose my grip and someone else snatches you. It is what it is. If my friend is interested in you, I mean, I gotta let it be, right? Let it sit there. But if my friend stops being interested, I'll try and save you, basically. Right? That was my first ex. Substantial one. The second one was with a child that also my friend was interested in. And, at some point my friend is the actual supervillain. Whose interests go a long way, but my interest doesn't go anywhere at all. Right? And I'm still the bad guy, of course. Fucking awesome. Demonic people just keep trying to paint you as a bad guy for whatever you did. They try to blow things out of proportion. And just like talking with AI, if you don't use numbers to quantify things, if you don't use quantities, that's usually the demonic go-to. right? To use this as a weapon. That you don't know the quantity, the difference between this level of pain and that level of pain. Because their little bit of irritation, they're going to blow it out of... No, my irritation is way more important than your pain. And you have to just, like, start from the bottom up, right? You have to ask, is this bigger than this? Which one is bigger? You have to play this stupid fucking logistics game. Which one's bigger in this situation? You have to sort of play a card game where a bigger card wins. Right? Bigger card wins. And this would make for a very, very good relationship game. I can definitely build a business on just building size matters cards or whatever. That sounds really good. Size matters. Hit me up if you want this business idea. Because I already bleed business ideas right now. Size matters. Let me write it down as a business idea. Business size. Size matters. A game. Just comparing cards. Which one matters more? By how much? Something like that. Just compare. Just a very good exercise to waste some of this demonic possession that can occur of someone crying because their lollipop got stolen and someone crying because their car got stolen. And it's like, man, I guess the kid is right. I guess that adult is pretty fucking stupid, right? He's the problem. Lollipop, not having lollipop right now. Like, it's so easy to get a lollipop. So why is lollipop not just appearing out of nowhere? You start making bullshit narratives when size does not matter. So, secure that shit. So, as I've said, my friend dated a person that I was also getting interested in, and I'm like, shit, that's the person. That's the person from school. What the fuck is going on? And I will interfere. And I will interfere simply enough that my friendship is on the line as well. Two things happening at the same time. Because if someone is dating, then they're going to have less time for you. You get that abandonment issue going on. That one is tough. Abandonment is tough to deal with. A friendship that you like cared for so long is now being sieged, invaded by women. But the point I was making is the biggest offer you can give to your ex is let them date you. Let them be with you. Let them continue the process of getting to know you. It's fine. Right? You need that. And no one should stop that. No one should interfere. No one should be jealous of like, no, we have a specific amount of time. Just a couple of dates. Maybe like 7 days. Set up for that. Nothing's gonna happen. If nothing happens, right? If something does happen, well, it does happen. But just as a human being, this is important. This is important. Even if they're occupied, they have their boyfriend's jobs, busy, whatever. If you can set up a date and you feel like it's necessary to test what happens, just do it, okay? Your ex is still very precious, if not more than anyone else. The other weird insight is there's the underlying thing going on that's probably being masked entirely to not feel the same way. So you might get from an NPC the idea, not even they're gonna tell you, but it's like, it's fine, I have my life together, it's all good. You don't have to worry about me. That sort of stuff. Right? Like, I'm busy. I have life together. I have enough friends. You don't have to, like, do any of these kind gestures and whatnot. So they can keep throwing you those excuses for you not to care. But that's the thing of going all in, right? You don't take that for an answer. You say no. No, we're not fine, okay? We're not fine. You're not supposed to act as an invader and a destroyer of someone's life. Technically, you can do that. Now that I'm realizing, just more destructive capacity, I'm realizing. You can invade other people's relationships, break them up, toss them around, because they think that you want good for them. You are a good person, but you are a good person. You just hate humanity. You know, fuck you, dude. Fuck humanity. It's decided. Until humanity adopts your language. Personally, if I become an alien, that's the way that I unbecome the alien. They have to adopt my language. They have to speak my language. It's the only way. The inner circle is the only circle. So no, neither of the parties are fine. Nobody's ever fine. Everyone is struggling with gravity and all kinds of things. And you just have to say no to that. It's fine, like, the NPC wants to be left alone just to, like, no, don't bother saving me, that sort of stuff. Ugh. So that's also emotional topic. There's a simple reason why you should date your ex, is to use a person that you can trust. You can trust that person. You like them to some extent. You can trust them. You want to spend time with them. You can do that. Set it up. And let the fucking world burn around you if they don't like that shit. Let it fucking burn. Let them think what they want to think. That's the fucking point. Long distance relationship doesn't matter. This is the go-to. It's the most obvious one too. It might even be missing from the relationship. You might have never met each other or something, right? So if you find the courage to just like, nah, let's just hang out real fast. No big deal. We don't have to do anything serious. Like, just throw something appealing that's very tangible, that they can just take it, go through with it, not think about it too much. Because they will have to explain it to everyone else, what the fuck's going on. And it's like, nah, it's not that serious. You can be calm. Because you must understand, when you're doing any of this shit, and usually, again, your ex is going to have boyfriends. They're just going to have it. You're just slightly interfering with reality itself. The person is tangled in a lot of stuff, right? And you just want to throw a curveball in there to say that no matter where you are in life, you can still trust me. That's even better if they have boyfriends, if they have obligations, if they're busy. It's better that way because they would want to, like, relax from the rest of the fucking shit that's happening. So you can see I've been going through some icebreakers in this phenomenon of having relationships, right? Trying to normalize the abnormal situation that I'm personally in. I'm not supposed to dwell in loneliness. That's fucking bullshit, right? Like, I'm supposed to fucking grab what I like. Grabby grab. Oh yeah, there's the concept of fleeting. The reason why I don't take no for an answer, you don't take excuses, you go all in, is because there's limited amount of time and anything can happen. New excuses can come to place. Right? Now, at some point, you just gotta let go and fucking give up. It's like, whatever, dude. You tossed and turned me around way too many times. But that individual, you just move on. Maybe if after a couple of months you say, do you feel sorry for yourself? But this is the most obvious concept because it's constantly happening. There's a lot of fleeting ideas you have to capture, fleeting moments to pay attention to. Everything is fleeting in general. Time moves forward. And again, you want to throw offers to your exes because it's fleeting. And you want to know how much they are committed to make you feel happy. It's also an interesting test. But there's one thing about fleeting stuff is that you have to unleash your emotions. You have to tell them how you really feel. Relationships run on honesty. If you think you can be honest about something, you can say something honestly, and you're gonna be like received. I mean, you have to just go for it. Just gotta go for it. You can't let fleeting things die, because that thing is gonna die in your hands. You're gonna get your hands dirty without doing any work. That's just a waste of energy, right? Waste of energy is gonna make you look bad and gonna make you feel worse. Honesty is so powerful that you should just be honest about every single move you make. And you can even ask people to ask you or match your energy. That's also quite relevant. Energy matching, that's a form of respect. That's the most basic form of respect. So I do have to put it in there. Match. That's the expectation, because if you can't match, then everything is falling apart to some extent. It's the most beautiful thing. You can be a little bit of a nice guy and give it like a 2-to-1 ratio, 3-to-1 ratio. Maybe if a person is amazing, there's some additional exceptions. But normally you want to match and at least be aware that something unfair is going on. I mean, normally they're gonna say, it's okay, you don't have to do this. But then they mean that you have a relationship and you're breaking something up. No, you don't have to do this. And now it's like sinister type of thing. So there's two versions of this. You can be in a relationship. I don't know that version yet. So that's cool. And then your exes want to hang out with you because, oh, you're having relationships. Can I have one? You fucking hell. It's like you open a bag of chips. That's how I imagine is gonna happen. Yeah, I'm so satisfied. I have learned so much. That's literally the title of the video. I've learned so much about dating. I feel so much lighter now, you know? I went through all this poison, but it's good stuff to process, right? To be more immune, to dig deep. You must also be resilient to poison when it comes to the shit you have to do to get through other people. All right, I'm gonna take a break. This is well put together now. Even all the nice things I'm talking about when it comes to exes, it is a twisted world out there, unfortunately. The twist. The thing that makes it like less worth it to pursue these kind of relationships in general. I'm not sure how everyone else is dealing with it, but emotionally, you get incredibly taxed. Emotional tax comes from any relationship, but even the more good the person is, the more capable the person is, and if they're mixed with evil or neglect, or you have to like fucking train them to tell them how to actually not break you, basically, to try and keep you happy. Uh, if you all of a sudden you're refreshing the page and checking how many subscribers you have, the same way that you are waiting for a message, you're waiting for them to like reply to you, that's emotional tax. I do imagine you get to train yourself out of this state of mind, but at the same time, I don't think so. I think it has an equivalent, actually, which is noise, right? People who are exceptionally evil will still be able to fucking replicate a very similar emotion, which is like, how the fuck do I get rid of that person, right? An invasive emotional tax. While the abandonment, it is a different kind of just trashy emotional tax, where you don't matter as much as you would hope to. That's the point of like matching energy, right? If a person matches your energy, then you fuck yeah, dude. You get a good time. Everything else feels taxing. Did I really noise this one? And then there's the careless zombies invading your life. I think it's the same thing. It's the same two pieces of the coin. Because again, good people, they gotta prove themselves. They gotta work fucking harder, especially when they know that you're paying attention to them in a given moment. You know, women might not actually cause noise, and that's the funny bit. That's like gender uh based behavior. This is technically the reason why people step aside and they don't want to participate in society. And rightfully so, because it sucks. I'm telling you guys, I have to bring up the same fucking idea. The level idea. We talking about matching levels, but there's also environmental matching. If you cannot find a proper level of environment, you will also feel pain because you're dealing with a lot of fucking idiots around. And the environment should be cleaned up to some extent. Shitty people should be going somewhere else as a result. But why is it not happening? You go to poor place, okay? You disgusting human being, go to poor place. They should be taxed into a poor region, basically. And peaceful people should be rewarded in that sense. When you mix in a lot of like low class degenerates and you just allow them to do their thing, they can affect the most amount of people that way. They can drown so much with their stupid shit. And it's so annoying, but it is unhinged, right? Like, the best way to judge someone is based on their environment. Where do they live? What surrounds them? And I still don't get it, guys. I still don't get the game. In the end of the day, you think I'm talking out of experience. Not really. These are just like logic gates. It's how I feel. Something that makes me cry. I mean, passes through a lot of logic gates. So, we're talking about 3 times it attempted to pass. Like, if I'm about to cry, that means I emotionally like feel some kind of like truth, human connection. But one thing I'm still not capable of understanding at all is the isolation, the pain that never ends. How do we get here, right? How do we get here? Like, even if we are relatively isolated, relatively in wrong environments. There's like a lot of smart people in stupid regions, and it's tormenting, right? But even if that's where's the solution? What's going on? There should be just enough people to be able to, you know, drag you out of shitholes like that, or just at least connect to those people. And granted, this could be a tough process to actually find and match someone. Very, very tough stuff. Finding an equal level person, if you high level, like, damn. It gets harder. Which is why people do fame, politics, why these things are very beneficial in disguise is because you are attracting more people through your system. You can talk to more people, you can find the one you're looking for. I mean, in the end of the day, you are seeking love most of the time. What is love is matching, is finding that you play one role, but you need someone else to do this, you need someone else to do that, right? It is like men and women like matching because they're trying to like do very different things at the same time. They're two fitting pieces from the very birth, basically. And more and more layers basically get drawn onto them. One is pretty, one is masculine, right? We just keep going. Keep building those traits, but we need to match at some point. We need to fucking save ourselves from ourselves. So yeah, I still have the bio telling everyone that I am the example that the world is cruel. That no matter how many videos you upload, nothing fucking matters to these people. You're just doomed to never make a relationship. I mean, one of the exes that I'm talking about, I made that relationship on Onision's Discord server, right? Like, there's technically places where people gather, and I was able to pick out one person in particular. It's just insane, dude. It's insane. The process required. You do get general feeling that someone is better than others, but just because someone is better doesn't mean that they're that good. And that's so annoying because even after all the filtering, you might get level 2 person. Then that's it. That's all your fucking efforts have been able to generate. You pick the hottest girl in school and she wants to talk to you. Fuck yeah, dude. And it might still be level 2 across the entire school. Not gonna happen. It has to be level 3 on school basis. If it's the best person from school, they probably have great potential. But even then, it's not straightforward like that. There's like so many level 2 people in the top. Like I don't know. Like you can't reach level 3 at school. Only after school can you actually do it. So there's the age problem. Of course, you have to taste life to be able to be better. I think school itself, and like when you hit 18 years old, it is decided. Have you leveled up, or are you just being a degenerate? Basically, it does tend to separate now two groups of two levels. Maybe like my friends, when I was hanging out with my friends, yeah, they showed something promising, but one friend was better than the other as well. One friend was legit, the other one was kind of flimsy. But even then, it's so satisfying to uh, know that your friends also level up alongside you. And again, your exes could also level up at any moment. You gotta keep an eye on them. That's almost like the most important part, the uncertainty that they become like this great person. And all of a sudden, shit, you can actually do stuff with them, right? Hold on. And the moment they level up, you fucking celebrate the shit out of it. Of like, wow, you finally understand what I wanted you to understand. Thank fucking God. That should be the happiest moment. I mean, it is slightly emotional. The moment they finally get it. Anyways, this is a whole next level episode because I don't do shit like this on this channel. I don't interact with people for a long time now. And to be able to force myself into someone's life just for the time being, force myself, kick down the door, it was fucking difficult. It still hurts my leg. No, it still fucking cramps me that I'm not gonna get much out of it. The emotional text, bro. The first X made me cry for 30 minutes. Just keep weeping, bro. Like, what? How do I get her more? I want more. But it's not like it's not tangible. I can't just like pay $5 to get her back. There's nothing promising about it. I'm just gonna lose that person at random intervals, right? The future is not guaranteed. Uh, you shouldn't feel that way. You should feel pretty happy that you have something going on. Um, so usually this is abusive stuff. And it also should trigger your senses of like, yeah, that's why they're my ex. That's where they're below me. Thanks for watching. The final thing I want to say, I believe in online relationship. I do believe in long distance relationship, but the distance does have to get some kind of tangible thing in between. Something has to be happening, right? And there should be a slight excitement that you're gonna meet the person in real life. That would be cool. But any connection matters, um, especially if you hang out every day. It's fucking cool. That's all you need to know, right? Long distance goes both ways. You can still treat each other equally, too. Oh, and don't forget that your relatives go above your ex. If you have, you know, people with short distance, like my mom, I mean, it's relationship plus benefits. It's a beneficial relationship, it's a trait, it's a tangible relationship. Technically, level 3 relationship with a level 2 person. That's confusing even to me. But we share pain, we share loneliness. Unfortunately, my mom is also in a fucking shitty position, technically. And we hope the world gets better. That there's a way out of this shithole. That we're gonna, like, not just do wave of evil across my little town, but a wave of good is also willing to happen. Until then, I mean, let's keep struggling. The most obvious thing why it's happening is this is a weird way of doing capitalism, right? If you have money, you can get out of, or no, you gotta get good income to get good money, right? Literally, most of the self improvement matrix relies on you having more money. Most of it. It's fucking disgusting for me, for my personality, but that's the reality. That's how you make friends and everything. And then it feels exponential. Like, why is it exponential? That's why you have to make the most of it. Whatever you have to make the most of it. Most people not going to be rich, right? So you have to appreciate what you have. See you guys next time.